In today's video, we're taking a look at some websites that have some really nice ideas behind them and some creative, unique layouts to hopefully give you guys some good design inspiration. Let's dive in. First up is Rejouice.com. Rejouice is a digital agency and venture firm. There's a few interactions on this one I wanted to showcase. I really like how they have the video in the top right and that empty white space there in the typography. And as you scroll down, it uses the Z-index to pop that over the text and expands to a full block, which is a really nice interaction. Another thing they do is with their navigation, the logo in the top left says Rejoice in the work. And then as you scroll to a different section, it will actually change to Rejoice in the process, Rejoice in the people, which I think is a really unique interaction and looks really cool. The theme of the website is a nice light theme, and it's got that gradient featured throughout. And that gradient's made of two colors that they use throughout the website. You'll see the blue here on the footer. And then if we go to the agency page, it uses that gradient as a nice page transition. And now we have a monochromatic orange theme with that orange in the background as the gradient this time. As we scroll down, the text is even orange, and we eventually get to some orange sections. So they're using those two colors really nicely throughout the website, and it makes it look really nice and clean. One thing you might have noticed already is when I get down to the footer, the navigation will actually fade away as all the links are featured here, which looks really nice. If we take a look at the work page, they actually blow up that gradient in the background and animate that as we get this nice kind of slideshow view of the different projects. The names are on the left, and then they have this nice mini map over here on the right that you can interact with and easily scroll to something if you see something you want to take a look at. You can also filter this in the bottom right. So if you hover over venture or agency, it animates there nicely. So if you want to look at venture in the blue theme, you can take a look and scroll through those. And if you want to look at the agency projects, it changes to the orange theme and you can scroll through, which is really nice use of that color once again. Overall, some really cool interactions and good use of color on this site. That's Rejouice.com. If you're looking for a way to collect and organize your ideas in Moodboard, check out Milanote, which is the sponsor of today's video. Milanote is a long-term sponsor here on the channel, and I pretty much use their software every day to map out and plan my creative projects. As a full-stack designer, it's a crucial part of my workflow as I utilize it as a project hub. I use it to add simple things like notes and to-do lists to more advanced brainstorming boards and mood boards for my design projects. And Milanote is also collaborative, so I often review inside of Milanote with clients because we have our different design iterations and files in one convenient place. So if you're looking for a tool to map out and plan your creative projects and ideas, make sure you check out Milanote with the link at the top of the description and sign up for Milanote. Next up is Light Factory. Their website is lightfactorynow.com. This is a creative-driven production house. As the site loads in here with the preloader, you can take a look at the color scheme for their branding, which I really like. So their website is primarily dark themed on the homepage here, which really makes these colors pop. You can see them here, the light purplish pink, the lime green, and the yellow. And it really helps their brand stand out and look a little bit different. They're not using a normal color scheme like a typical blue that everyone uses, which I think looks really nice and vibrant. Another thing they do as you scroll down, it just swaps the theme over to a light theme. I see that a lot in dark theme websites these days where they'll just swap it up on you and then they'll just throw you right back in the dark theme, which looks really nice and makes your website stand out a little bit better than just having a typical block section that's white that just scrolls up. It's a really nice effect. So let's actually load up the navigation and go to the contact page, and you'll really see these colors pop. They use the yellow on default, and as you scroll, it'll actually swap to the green and then down to that purplish pink color. Really nice and vibrant colors. But they don't use that too heavily. It's only on the contact page, like the work page is in the dark theme, and they just have the reveals there with the colors. Nothing in your face where it would actually blind you, because these are really nice and bright colors. Then if we go to the About page, it's actually a light theme, so they mix it up. It's not just completely a dark theme site, which looks really nice with these colors as well. You can see they pop really nicely. Using that as a background there really makes that section pop. I think this site does a really good job of balancing those bright colors and not overusing them. And it's just a really nice looking site. So definitely check out lightfactorynow.com. Next up, we have awwwards.com's conference website. So this is conference.awwwards.com. And I really like this one because it's just fun. It's got some illustrations, and I really like their use of typography. I even bookmarked this type to buy later on, use it in a project in the future. I love how tall it is. It's a really vertical font. Scrolling down on this one, you can see how they use the type in these nice grid sections where they get the video here in the top right, and then kind of wrapping around it is the heading, which is really nice. Also, they use these big block buttons in different shapes, which can really draw your eye, and they have a nice aesthetic to them. Here, as I scroll down to the speakers, you'll see they kind of have this stair-step wrapping effect with the heading and the speakers listed, which is cool. I just really like how this site uses their typography in these creative ways to make these sections and kind of it looks like the type is a part of the section instead of just the heading itself, like having the images on the side. And of course, having this nice pink color throughout really pops on that dark background. Then having a balance of just a few illustrations, not going crazy with them, really looks nice. Even the page transitions are in that illustration style to match, and they can use those illustrations to really draw your attention. So it's a nice aesthetic. It's a good one to take a look at. That's conference.awwwards.com. This next website is for Giulia Gartner. I hope I didn't butcher that. That's giuliagartner.com, a photographer and filmmaker. I really like looking at photography websites because the way the images are showcased is often unique to stand out, and it can give you some really good ideas for some creative interactions. This one looks kind of like a door opening as these photos split. It really draws your eyes not only to those visuals, but to the H2 here and the call to action button. So that's a really nice way to showcase visuals. And again, that's why I like looking at these photography websites, because this can really give me an idea that I can use in another project. It doesn't have to be a website for a photographer in this case. Another thing I like on the site is just the case study page itself. There's a nice big focal point of the project there, just nice big image, little information, and then there's this nice organic, vertical aligned kind of image trail, for lack of a better word. This layout just looks really nice and unique, and they even reflect that here on the mini map on the side. Looks really nice and stylized. Here on the About page, I really like how the subtle detail of these photos and this horizontal layout look like a film roll, and it really ties this into the filmmaker and photographer aesthetic. And sometimes it's just a subtle detail like that can really make this website look more professional and kind of tie it all together. So definitely a good one to take a look at. That's giuliagartner.com. Finally, this one is nathansmith.design. Super minimalistic site. I love how minimal sites give me the information in a matter of seconds. Nathan Smith, design, and art direction. There's the phone number, there's the email, and there's the Instagram with those really cool animations. So everything was given to me that I need to know in a matter of seconds. If I start scrolling down, it goes into all of the work, just using the Z index to slide all of that over top of the existing layout, keeping all that information there in case you need access to it. And it just looks really cool layering it like that. There's a small navigation in the top left. Just loading up that archive page will give a full list of all the projects. And as you scroll down, it just changes the image, and you can even actually drag this around, which is cool. And then you can click on one of these and it will load that up so you can take a look at it. Finally, the information page. Nice big paragraph and easy to read. And since we've been on colors a lot in this video, I really like the color choice. Just this kind of muddied yellow. It's unique and it kind of draws attention to the brand, which is nice. It stands out and you can use that to your advantage sometimes. Finally, I just wanted to showcase the notifications in the top right. It's a really good way to give the users of your site some information like a new course release or a new product. Just think that's really cool to have on a personal website like this. So definitely check this one out. It's nathansmith.design. There you have it, 5 amazing websites with good creative ideas put into practice. So make sure you check those out with the links in the description. Thanks to Milanote for sponsoring today's video. If you'd like to check out their product for planning your next creative project, check out the link at the top of the description. If you want even more design inspiration, here's some videos that I think you'll like. I upload design-related videos every single week, so don't forget to subscribe. And as always, have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.